Hello everyone, welcome to another game brought to you by Vampire Q. Alright, in this game, I am facing my friend. Friend as in I know him in real life. So how did we get to meet? Well, he came online and then I immediately sent a message to him saying that if we search for 1v1s now, we might meet. And he told me that he's searching for it at that moment, and I immediately went to look for a match. And here we are. We are facing 1v1, and we are both in a platinum league, so it's very likely that we will be pitted against one another. So right now I'm spawned as the red zerg, and he is the blue Terran. I don't think I'll be pulling up the production tab so I can totally talk about what I see, what I'm thinking, and how I do things based upon what I scout, what I see, and how I react. That's just the way I like to cast in my camera view. I try not to get out I try not to get out of the player view as much as possible. So if you don't like that, then maybe you might want to drop in the comments. So right now I'm just sending out my scout, and I believe I'm going for a fast expansion, which will be the 15 hatch. And am I going out? Yes, I am sending out my drone because I for sure know that we are spawned in a cross position. You can see that my overlord scout has returned from scouting the left base. My drone went to the top right base and he wasn't there, and immediately I found him here at the top. So looking for clues as to what build is going for, but as of now it's kind of standard. So he walled off his base over here rather than at a ramp. Maybe he's afraid of a baneling burst or something, I don't know, but I'm random, so maybe it's just his personal preference not to wall at the ramp, which I can understand because personally I do not like to wall at the ramp as well. But I've been recently incorporating it into my game. So right now I'm just trying to micro away from the Marines, and I don't know why the drone decided to turn in there and got shot by the Marine. That's unfortunate, but I managed to see that he's on one geyser, as in one refinery, one gas. So I'm not expecting a techie build, and looking at this, I'm kind of aware of the fact that his SCV is stopped there, so I put two drones out to try to push it away, to chase the SCV away. But no, he decided to pull the SCV back because on cross positions the 2-rax pressure is not really viable, simply because of the long walk distance, and also he has gone for the gas. So 2-rax pressure is not really a big threat. So right now I'm just getting some zerglings to defend against early pressure in the event that they do come. So I have two zerglings to take control of the Xianaka towers. That's what you want to do as zerg. Map control, map vision. You seriously need to have a vision of the map as much as possible. If you can see the whole map, that's great. So my two queens are out, and what I'm doing is I'm using my queen at the main to spread creep rather than to inject lava, simply because at this stage I cannot really afford the 8 lava that will come up if I were to double inject. So what I'm doing now is to single inject and one to spread creep. That gives me the option of being able to sustain 2 hatcheries in this early beginning of the game, and also it opens my ability to spread creep, which is also very important as because the creep improves your mobility, and also the more important thing for me is that it gives me vision. So right now all these zerglings are coming to scout, and I don't see an expansion. I see he's marine heavy, and he wasn't paying much attention as I drew 2 of his marines out and tried to engage, but then no, I decided to pull back because more marines came out. So right now what am I getting? Let me check. Oops. Drones and zerglings, a mix of them, and I'm trying to hide my baneling nest over here in case he scans. usually most Terran players will scan around here. So if he scans a little bit lower, he will not see the Baneling nest, which is what I want to hide. It's important to hide your tag, you know. You're kind of forcing the opponent into thinking that you have something, and then you surprise him with when you show him dang, what I'm saying. It's important to hide your tag to make what is available to you unknown to the opponent. So right now I'm trying to scout my opponent, and those Marines are easy picking. So over here I decided to try to engage him to, you know, due to this engagement of Zerglings, I forced him to pull back the command center, which he was just natural. He's thinking of expanding. So right now what I'm doing is I've managed to delay it just a little bit. Some of you might think it's not worth it losing all those Zerglings over there, but for me personally, I thought it was worth the cost. So he had siege mode up, and because due to the prior engagement, I've dropped that tank to about half health, so I decided to take it out. Zerglings are cheap, you can just mass them up quite easily, and for other races like Terran and Protoss, they have to be producing one unit at a time, unless you're talking about the warp technology of Protoss, but generally they are always producing units one at a time, while as Zerg you can just mass a whole crap ton of units out at the same time. So right now, whoops, I'm actually not in player view. So right now, what am I thinking? I see he is trying to expand, so I'm getting an expansion myself at the right hand side of the map. So right now I'm also currently flying my Overlord into his base to check out what buildings he has, what sort of tech and unit composition he's going for. So I'm now going for the Baneling Blast, and it's kind of unfortunate that my Banelings only managed to take out 2 Marines, but my main goal was to deny this expansion once again. You can see I almost took it out. He's forced to float it, and the mining there stopped momentarily. So what I'm thinking now is I'm going to transition to mutalisk, because I've obviously held him back in terms of economy, and I have 3 bases now. I got more lava, I've got more mining going on. Definitely I should ride on the advantage. So I'm going into mutalisks and just preparing for it, you know, getting this double gas and getting to saturate it immediately. So my mineral line is kind of not saturated as I would like, but the thing is I'm trying to put constant pressure on to my friend to deny him of any pushes, any kind of expansion that he might want to do. So I've spent most of my lava on producing units rather than drones. That's the reason why my economy is not as well saturated as it should be. So right now I'm just picking off all these Marines and trying to get them to be out of position and trying to surround them. So I took out quite a few Marines and bunkers. That engagement wasn't really worth it, but it sort of scared him a little, trying to put him on the defensive side, trying to keep him contained. That's what you want to do as Zerg. Maintain map control, contain your opponent, hold Zanaga towers for as much as possible. You can see I've got overlords sitting on all over the map, giving me vision to almost the whole map. Almost, because I obviously cannot see the walking roadways, and right now I don't think I've seen. Yes, I do see that he's trying to put down bunkers here. So I already have mutalisks on the board. So just swoop him and wipe all this out. Picking off the SCB, shooting at the bunkers, and then here is the two-pronged attack. Not really two-pronged, but he's just trying to distract him with the bunker attack over here, and then I'll just move into the banelings. I realized that I couldn't catch up to the SCV, so I just exploded on my banelings, taking out some of SCVs over there, and all the while just trying to produce units to harass. Right now you can see I've got quite a bit of mutalisks, like 10 of them. So I'm just flying to his base, trying to pick off stray workers and whatever. So right now I'm just hitting on the gas, because most players, they don't remember to resaturate their gas after being harassed. So that's kind of like my main priority. Also, the sensor tower is an expensive investment and yet very fragile. So I decided I'll go for it and just take the sensor tower down. It removes his vision beyond his base, which is going to be important because I have mutalisks. Obviously I have to fly into his base, and deny him of any sort of forward awareness is going to be beneficial to me. So you've got his turrets up, but that's not going to be much of a problem, simply because when you've got a big number of mutalisks, you can basically just snipe the missile turrets down with relative ease. So right now I'm just trying to put constant pressure, constantly harassing him and forcing him to look all over the screen, all over the map to defend his base. So while doing that, you can see that I've expanded into the high yield expansion and another expansion at the right side of the map. Just trying to out macro. You can see that I'm sitting on a lot of minerals, but my gas is not really doing very well. I'm obviously lacking gas. So what I could have done, what I'm doing now is just pumping out more zerglings. You can see over here is just an opportunity, catching the SCV and bunkering production off while it's not protected. And here I'm trying to set up for a two-pronged attack again. My mutalisks will hit his base, and my banelings and zerglings will hit his natural. So here I see he's flying a command center to the high yield, in the direction of the high yield, and here is what I'm talking about. Most players don't remember to resaturate the gas, and here is what you see. The gas, there wasn't any workers on the gas, and likewise over here this refinery has 0 workers on it. So over here I took care of the missile turret, and the workers were just free picking. So I just sat over there and just fired multiple volleys, taking out some SCVs, and just trying to be a nuisance as much as possible, all the while trying to produce units. Due to the mutalisk micro, my macro just dropped to absolute rubbish. My queen inject was almost non-existent. It's a little bit unfortunate that I couldn't keep up with my macro, but the important thing is I've managed to keep him contained relatively in the majority of the time. That is my game plan. You see, right now he hasn't got much resistance marines to counter my mutalisks, so I'm just like sitting in his base for as long as possible while I tack up. I've got my infestation pit up, trying to get my economy slightly better, getting drones, putting down more extractors. I'm looking at this and I think it's a prime target for mutalisks, and from the minimap you can see the mutalisks is sweeping in and rallying together, trying to take this out. But the thing is, I'm trying to set up again a two-pronged attack. Mutalisks flying, zerglings are coming in, sniping the siege tanks with my mutalisks, and my zerglings will clean up. They all have been afraid to take out all these marines. My goal was to deny this expansion for as much as possible. I do not want him to expand at all. to maintain the economical lead that I have. So I'm just like, I don't mind losing everything here, but of course I want to protect my mutalisks. They are a heavy investment. So when his backup marines came, I decided to pull out my mutalisks to keep them alive for future engagement. They could be put to better use rather than being sacrificed. So right now I'm coming out with Ultralisk Caven. Is it Caven? I believe it's Caven, yeah. All the while pumping out more mutalisk. Right now, again, like I said, my mineral count is way high, but my gas is so low. The reason why I'm going for Ultralisks is because Ultralisks are very powerful. I got steamrolled by Ultralisks before, and I realized that they are very strong. So while I'm saving up my gas to get Ultralisks, I'm putting my mutalisks to good use by harassing him, hitting him at his main, trying to deny expansions as much as possible. When his reinforcements come, I'll just pull out. Getting the armor upgrade for my Ultralisk, and basically just macroing at this moment while setting up units here, trying to attack his expansion, his natural expansion here. You can see that once I attacked his natural, he pulled all his forces back to defend it, and my mutalisks just swoop into the this high EV expansion, pick off the siege tanks and try to take down this planetary fortress. The steam marines come in, and I realized that with this amount of marines I can easily handle, so I don't mind losing like 1 or 2 mutalisks to stay here and fight. So like I was
mineral field depleted.
What I'm trying to do now, I believe I'm trying to macro up drones. Yeah, I'm trying to get my gas income up, all the while trying to put constant harassment to him. So I'm just like, my mutalisks are flying over. Those mutalisks by the left side, they're kind of being out of position. I cannot really find a good way to fly them to meet with my main group of mutalisks. That is a little bit unfortunate, but the thing is, I'm in a good position here. So those 4 mutalisks, to me, I can live without them actually. So right now I took out the factory which was burning, and I took out a starport as well. So these 3 turrets kind of too powerful for me, so I just back it out of there. Ultralisks on the board. I believe that I did not upgrade my Ultralisks much, because I do not have an evolution chamber even. Okay, so right now I'm just saturating my geysers again, my extractors, trying to really kick up my Vespene gas income. So now my first gas has depleted, and just transferring drones, all the while messing up Ultralisks to overwhelm him in one fell swoop once and for all. So right now I'm just regaining the Zalnaga tower, getting vision. So setting up for a 2-pronged attack again. This is in StarCraft, this is what you want to do, but seeing his expansion over there, I decided, oh, that's the priority. I want him to pull out as much as possible, to go far away, and you can see that he's moving his forces somewhere, while my mutalisks took some free shots and he just flew his command center out away to escape. And basically I just moved in this engagement here, while my mutalisks fly here to take out this higher expansion, which was very valuable as well. This is important because you see all these SCVs here, it's got 2 pages full, so that's at least like 40 SCVs for free pickings. That is prime target. And then shooting down this planetary fortress, denying him the ability to mine from this base, or at least forcing him into long distance mining as much as possible. So right now here I'm just cleaning up, sniping this medevac that is misrallied, and also shooting at all these marines that are obviously misrallied. They're not even fighting, man, they're just walking to their deaths. And seeing this big ball of marines, I decided to pull it out of there. And at this point I realized that my engagement at his natural, with all my zerglings and ultralisks, all my units there got decimated, they all died. So that's kind of unfortunate. I personally thought that the supply depot wall he had over here was very impressive. So right now here he's trying to attack me, but look at this, I have so many ultralisks, and this engagement obviously is going to tilt in my favor. All the while my mutalisk caught his flying orbital command. There was another one that flew here, so I immediately went to attack it with my ultralisk on the right side, cleaning up all his forces. And from here on, you know that it's basically GG, man. And yeah, there he goes, GG. So here is a replay of me versus my friend. I believe that what won me the game is my constant harassment with my mutalisk flying in and out of his base, forcing him to spend a lot of resources on missile turrets. Look at the amount of missile turrets he has placed. That's a lot. Look at 3 over here, and then he had a few over here that I managed to pick up, and basically just trying to hit at multiple angles as much as possible to you want to let your opponent lose his feet, like make sure that he doesn't know where to see. Like for example, a prime example was I engaged this natural with my zerglings and mutalisks, zerglings and ultralisks, I mean, and then my mutalisks flying in here to pick up all these SCVs here that were mining, like 40 of them, killing a planetary fortress. You can see that it's completely mined out here. He's desperate for mining, so he flew his orbital command like this and this to try to take this expansion here, and maybe from the direction I suppose he's trying to land here, but my mutalisk managed to catch them and deny the expansion and totally keep his resources really low. You can see he's high on gas but very low on minerals, while for me it's the other way around. So you can see it's 3,000 minerals and 100 gas. So this game, I'm not really very impressed with my macro, simply because my queen inject fell to absolute crap. But what's good about this is I managed to apply constant pressure. That's what you want to do as any race, to be honest, but is even more important as zerg. As zerg, you just want to keep your opponent contained while you try to expand and gain the economical advantage to outmass your opponent, and then to just maybe go for an all-in at some point of the game. Yeah, so it's been a nice match, this one. Yeah, right now I do not know what I'm going to talk about, so I'll just end here. Do drop your comments on how I should improve, and thanks for watching. Vampire Q out.